Good morning, everyone, and welcome to 1 Million Cups Fairfax. We are excited to have everybody here join us, and I'm very excited to have Juan present from Sarge FITT. Next slide, please. So the Kauffman Foundation works with communities in entrepreneurship and education to increase the opportunities that allow all people to learn, take risks, and to own their successes. So if you would be kind to check in, some people may be having some difficulties on the mobile app, but you now can actually check in on the website. You can go to 1 Million Cups, select Fairfax, and check in so that the national organization can recognize that you've been here, and it actually helps us with getting some of our 1 Million Cup swag that we provide to our presenters. So here is our community of our organizing team and our brand ambassadors. So if you would like to volunteer for your time and join us, we would love to have you. We meet weekly for the organizing team, weekly for 30 minutes on Mondays to go over the presenters and get to know each other also a little bit better and to see how we can present weekly and do a better job each time. And then our brand ambassadors actually go out into our communities to share about 1 Million Cups to help us find presenters. So if you would like to volunteer for either one, please reach out to any of us. Thank you. So we have, this is a national and local mission. We work towards creating consistent educational experience for every presenter that we have. We also highlight the uniqueness and the value proposition in each local startup community. So our key pillars here, this would be a presentation. We don't have pitches. We have authentic connections. It's not networking. Everyone here is, it's for the community, run by the community. So everybody that participates, even if you are in the audience to listen, we absolutely, are grateful for you here because that kind of helps us out. So we do have our monthly sponsors. So our Office Evolution is one of our sponsors. John Yu is not here. However, Office Evolution is a place where you can co-work and you can have an office space or a meeting space. So if anyone is interested in more information about Office Evolution, please contact one of the organizers and we will connect you with John Yu. And with that, we also have a coffee sponsor each month. And our coffee sponsor is Rooted in Beauty Photography, and that would also be owned by Leslie. So Leslie, if you want to say a few things about your business, we'd love to hear about it.
Hi, yeah, I'm Leslie Arcolian. I'm the owner and photographer of Rooted in Beauty Photography. I am a woman-focused and currently exploring how to give you a more creative way to capture your moments, whether that's coming out to events like networking events, coming out with your girlfriends and just being a fly on the wall for an hour. But Jen came up with the idea of sit and snap events, and I'd love to talk more with you if that sounds like something that's of interest. It's still very much in testing, so reach out if that sounds something of interest. Sorry, that was a little rambly. That's all.
No problem, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. Next slide, please. So how our virtual meetings work, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you could please keep your microphones on mute. When we get to the Q&A section, if you would unmute, obviously ask your question, and then and use the hand wave icon. Jen, who is moderating this today, will go ahead and announce you so that you can have your question asked or your comment mentioned. You can also put that in the chat. And if you would please keep your questions and your comments short so that we can facilitate as many of the comments and questions as we can to help our presenter. So with that, I want to introduce Juan, a returning presenter with Sarge FITT. You've got the floor, Juan.
Hi, good morning, everybody, and thank you for having me back. It's a real privilege and a pleasure to be back at 1 Million Cups. So thank you, I appreciate it. My name is Juan Biddix. I am the founder of SargeFITT. Next slide, please. My challenge question: how can how do I effectively market the FITT Rack? Next slide, please. So SargeFITT is a veteran and Black-owned company where I invented and patented this lovely piece of equipment behind me, which I call the FITT Rack. The FITT Rack is a multifunctional exercise system that is adjustable, portable, and freestanding, and it converts from a pull-up station to a dip station and to a push-up station without having to add any additional attachments or anything like that. We're trying to encourage individuals to basically exercise because exercise helps everything, no matter what it is, whether it's your health, whether it's your sleep patterns, whether it's lowering your blood sugar levels, the cholesterol and everything else. So what we want to do is try to encourage as many people to exercise as possible and to eliminate those excuses of I don't have time or I don't have a gym membership or anything like that. Next slide, please. SargeFITT was founded in 2014. That's when I got it incorporated as an LLC. We had a lot of things that happened between there, and it took a while to actually get my first prototype. My first prototype came in 2018, along with my first patent that I have on the FITT Rack. It was 2018 as well. I also have another patent on it, and that was in 2019 when that was granted. This summer we actually started a crowdfunding campaign in order to get the momentum going to try to get the FITT Rack to market. During that campaign, we sold our first FITT Rack. It was a donation, but it was still our first FITT Rack that we sold during that campaign. Next slide, please. One of the things in the U.S. is obesity, which is an epidemic in childhood and adulthood. And within the United States, it's running rampant right now. And so what we want to do is help individuals achieve optimum health while exercising in the comfort of their own space. And we say space instead of home because with the FITT Rack, it doesn't have to just be in your home. You can take it to the park, the beach, or any other places that you feel that you want to. Next slide, please. We're currently selling the FITT Rack online right now through our website at www.sargefitt.com. Next slide, please. What is your value? What is our value proposition? We want to provide superior exercise equipment where individuals of varying ages, sizes, heights, and fitness levels can achieve body transformation workouts. Right now, my target audience is those who are trying to build their home gym. However, that's evolved over time. This summer also, we was privileged enough to have the FITT Rack, one of the main pieces of equipment at a calisthenics competition. Real quick story, they had their own equipment out there, but the competitors didn't like the dip stations that they were using. So they decided to use my FITT Rack instead. And all the calisthenics experts out there loved it. And these are not just regular individuals. These were people from the U.S. calisthenics team. We had a world record holder that also used it and everything else. So we had a good showing with the FITT Rack. So that's kind of where we're going to now as well, as far as our target market, not just home gyms, but we're going to target calisthenics people and also those CrossFit gyms as well. Next slide, please. I'm sorry. The differentiator from me and my competitors, of course, the first thing is that the FITT Rack has 2 removable handles that rotate 360 degrees and they slide laterally. Most exercise racks have a straight bar that goes straight across, and you can only do so many exercises with that. With the FITT Rack, the exercises are almost unlimited. Next slide, please. As I said, the target market right now is individuals who are trying to build their home gym. We're going to try to partner with organizations such as the U.S. military, because they have programs that their soldiers and Marines are required to do certain exercises during their PT sessions. And some of those exercises are pull-ups. And so we're going to try to target those military personnel, the recruiters who go out into the community and have events as well. But also the Department of Parks and Recs and YMCAs, that we can get our FITT Rack into their, where they can do their group exercise trainings as well. What are your marketing channels, and I can't see that. So right now, we're basically focusing on social media. We hired a individual to do our digital marketing for us. However, that has not yielded the return that we wanted. So we're looking at different options for marketing right now. Next slide, please. Our competitors. Our main competitor, of course, is Rogue Fitness. But most of their equipment is static, which means that you got to keep it bolted to the ground or the wall or anything like that. You can't move it. Once it's up, it's up. With our FITT Rack, it's not bolted to the ground and no tools are involved. So it's easily portable and easily to assemble and disassemble, so you can move it from place to place. Our next competitor is Hammer Strength, which is another big company. They're a subsidiary of Life Fitness, and they also have the racks. But once again, it's static and they can't be easily assembled or disassembled. The closest competitor that we have to the FITT Rack is Tactical Athlete. But the Tactical Athlete pull-up bar is just a pull-up bar, and it's not as sturdy as the FITT Rack either. It doesn't have the weight capacity, and it doesn't have the durability or the versatility of the FITT Rack. Next slide, please. We're going to try to leverage other companies in the way of licensing. We're reaching out to different companies like Fitness and some other companies to see if they are interested in licensing the FITT Rack or our patents that we have on the FITT Rack. Next slide, please. Okay, back to our challenge question. How do I market the FITT Rack more effectively than I'm doing right now? Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Great job presenting, Juan.
Thank you.
We can go ahead and stop the screen share and open it up to questions for Juan, or if you have comments or insights already. I see we have a couple of awesome brand marketing folks here who I think can ask some good questions. No pressure. Tess or Reggie or others. How are you? I mean, I know as you head into the holidays and New Year, do you have any marketing or campaigns you're doing around that, just to kick us off, and then Tom will go next?
Yes, next week I'll start the Facebook ads and Instagram ads pushing for Christmas. Right now it's kind of late for delivery for Christmas, but individuals can still order right now. I'm going to also have a discount on the FITT Rack for that time period. Excellent.
Tom. You're muted, Tom. I'll make sure you're unmuted.
Always works better when you do that. Got all of my coffee yet. So I got on a little late. Do you have a picture of this apparatus?
Yes, I do. I can pull one up. Let me share my screen, I guess. Give me 1 second.
And you have free samples?
I can come out and do a free demo for you. Yes.
Yeah, you'd probably kill me. You'd probably kill me.
Actually, you'll be able to work out on it as well. That's one of the benefits of the FITT Rack, that it's adjustable where most people can actually work out on it.
Right first.
Okay, let me share my screen real quick. Give me a second. Okay, I'm disabled from sharing my screen right now.
Okay.
There we go. Hopefully you should be able to now.
Okay.
And I put a link in chat as well. So if you click on that, you can open up the website.
Okay, good idea.
So this is just the standard picture of the FITT Rack in its pull-up position right now. But what happens is this bar right here. I don't know if you can see my
You can see
arrow
your
going.
cursor. Mhm.
So this is able to telescope down inside here, so you can adjust it, the height on it. But also this horizontal bar here inverts, where you can make it to a dip station, and then it also transforms down here, where you can make it into a push-up station.
Okay. Looks harmless.
It is.
Thank you for your time.
No problem. And I'll put my website in the chat.
And Tess?
So I already pulled up while you were just running. I've already pulled up your Instagram.
Okay.
Because that's the first thing I do. So I like the fact that you have, it looks like good content with some education and some demonstrations, those type of things. That's really good, because obviously that's how to see how the apparatus is used is great. I like the fact that the apparatus is adjustable, because my husband's 6 foot and I'm 4'10". So that's really cool. I think that there's a couple of things for strategy wise, is maybe using more of this video to capture the younger audiences. I didn't check to see if you're on TikTok, but some of the same content, if you're not on TikTok, to go there so that you can have a little bit more exposure, because the video content really for this type of thing, a lot of times it's hard to grasp how to use it if you're just showing the product pictures.
Okay.
But if you can demonstrate how it's adjustable, and then build on that, like this is what the product does, and then this is how you use it. If you do that combination, and then also if you're doing your campaigns, find things like fitness events in the area, or even something like, I know John Foster and I are involved with Green Fair Cafe, and we're actually working with the Veg Fest, which will be in the spring. So find those type of things where people are, eating healthier, or any of the fitness events, and try to either partner with them or participate in some way with them, so that you can demonstrate this in person.
Okay, great advice. Thank you, Tess. I appreciate it. And I am on TikTok, not as much as Instagram, but I'm learning it because it is for the younger crowd. So I got to get into that too.
Awesome. Thanks, Tess. Reggie, good to see you.
Hi, it's good to be seen. Hey, Juan, good to see you again. Glad you could,
Reggie,
could
thanks.
come back and present. Yep. So a couple ideas that I had, I was just thinking about, like, I guess there's this place like Muscle Beach, and people just go there to work out, right? And the idea I had was sort of like, pull up with FITT Rack, right? Like you just kind of take it in your car somewhere where there's a lot of people, and just, show like a video of just random people using it, because people are going to see it and be like, well, what is that? And you can show how practical and easy and portable it is for anybody to use, and just kind of have fun. Maybe you have a pull-up contest or something, right? It's like $100 for whoever can bang out the most pull-ups right here using the FITT Rack, right? But the whole idea is that you get people used to seeing the product, and it's great to show, like, people that are already in shape, using it, but it's kind of cool when you see regular people being able to use it and see the results of using the product. So so that's one idea. I think trying to tap into like influencers, they can even be like local to sort of start out with, but somebody with a big following, like it would be worth it to give them a FITT Rack, right? To have them use it. So just, if you're not already linked up, think about who in the, fitness, modeling, aesthetics type world that you can tap into or connect with. And we could definitely talk about strategies to pursue some of those people. And I also think about like having, with the new year starting, there's people are going to be, on the whole gym, you get in shape vibe. So maybe having like a 30-day challenge, something that's exclusive to FITT Rack, users or subscribers, right? It's a a free 30-day exclusive workout that's like the FITT Rack workout, right? And so you could obviously do it at the gym, but it's designed for people that get a FITT Rack and just want to do it at home. They still get amazing results. And then you kind of have like a group where people can post before and after, sort of talk about their journey or whatever. And if you don't have some kind of group, I definitely think a product like this yields itself to having some sort of private group where they're like early adopters, people that really believe in it and talk about how they're using it and what type of results they're getting. So.
Okay. Thanks, Reggie. I appreciate it. And thank you for the encouraging me to come back to 1 million cups too. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Good to see you again.
Building on what Reggie was saying, Juan, one of the ways you could create more content and have people market on your behalf, you could do something like a 31-day challenge where if someone posts a workout every day, push-ups, pull-ups, the things that they could be doing on SargeFITT, or even if let me finish that thought. Maybe they get a discount half price, or maybe they can get a SargeFITT for free. But there's limited offer, right? Maybe there's only 3 that you're doing.
Okay.
So I'm wondering too, because that would help create great material and video that can be shared of anybody doing it. And if somebody agrees to it, I don't know how much stock you have to sort of share, but maybe they can it would be nice for them to do it on the piece of equipment as opposed to earn the equipment.
Yes.
But that might be something to think about. There is also a pretty good bodybuilding community in the area. Might be worth looking into. And then there are all kinds of sporting events for team sports at schools, whether it's hockey or other sports right now. It might be interesting to do sort of pop-up demos at locations. It depends on where you are, what you have to have permission to be able to do. But even if you were in the area and just demonstrated, look, it can be in your car, you can take it out of your car, pop it up and do a workout. So just something to think about. I think there's lots of creative things you could do, with this piece of equipment.
Okay. I liked all those ideas. Thank you.
Other thoughts or questions from the group? So to Tess, if you want to speak to what you just put in chat.
Sure, no problem. You might want to look into some of the companies that have on-site gym or wellness facilities. I know that sometimes, whether it's a building or a specific company, sometimes even just the building, if you can do a pop-up demo there, and then possibly that would be like an addition that they could add into their gym facilities.
Okay. Yep, I like that.
Do you have bulk pricing or bulk purchase opportunities? Like, how does the manufacturing work? Because I know that was something you talked about last time when you came a while ago around manufacturing. So can you talk a little bit about fulfillment and time to fulfill for an order on a single piece versus like if a apartment company, property company ordered 20 or 50, what would that look like?
Okay. So right now, Jen, thank you for that question. We have 100 units on hand. So we're able to distribute up to 100, actually up to 80 right now, because we reserved a couple. One for we got a calisthenics show we're going to be doing in February, so I wanted to keep some aside for that. Also for my demonstration purposes and for those influencers to give out as well. So right now we got about 80 units, and what we're going to do is so if an individual goes to the website and order, it takes about 5 to 10 days before they receive it. Those who are ordering bulk purchases, it all depends on where the location is and how soon they need it. But once that 100 units is gone, it takes about 90 days to get the other shipment here. We say 90 days because we ran into some issues with our shipment of 100 because of customs. There was a lot of stuff, red tape and stuff we had to go through in order to get it here, that unexpected delays that I didn't know about. So we were able to overcome those obstacles, and hopefully it'll be a lot short time next time.
And are you currently doing any pop-ups at Veterans Growing America with Donnell?
Yes, we are done one, and we're going to do a couple more probably in January and February. I'm also doing a couple of pop-ups at different CrossFit gyms, and that way, and also military bases. I'm coordinated with Andrews Air Force Base here, and also Fort Belvoir, to see if I can get out there and get in front of their gym and just have people as they're walking in or coming out test it out.
Fantastic. And I know Ahmed had asked about price. Can you talk a little bit about price and how that compares to competitors as well?
Yes. So my price right now, retail, is $1,250. That's about around average of what my FITT Rack and the capabilities of it versus our competitors, and also the type of material that it's made out of. So we went back and forth with different price ranges, and I think $1,250 fits right in that wheelhouse.
Okay. Other questions or thoughts from the group? Anybody want to chime in? John Foster, I see you're unmuted.
Yes, I am, Jen. Thank you. I'm in a parking lot, so I'm not driving. Juan, I got to tell you, I love what you're doing. And I think one of the things, and I'll just from a personal experience, I had bought a piece of equipment, which I dread that I bought it, and trying to get rid of it was a nightmare. And so I think one of the things about your piece of equipment is the portability and the fact that you can take it with you. And so you really have, a significant piece of equipment for life.
Yes.
And so, yeah, because I got to tell you, as I said, I bought a unit that it was a nightmare. So I really think the portability and having a piece of equipment for life is key. And the other thing I'm thinking about is, people in, apartments and stuff where you have limited space, and the fact that it's portable, I think is huge.
Yes.
So yeah, so I love what you're doing, and I think you have a unique concept. I haven't seen anything else like it, and the fact that you've got really three different exercises that you can focus on, is great. So unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to look. I know you've done some stuff on LinkedIn.
Yes.
So yeah, so I think, all the ideas that people brought around were brought out of it, certainly I think can help. But to me, the portability piece is really key.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it.
John is tall, and so he does not appreciate the height. As Tess mentioned earlier, like you might buy a power tower as a
Yes.
comparable piece of equipment, but if you're not tall, like myself and Tess, if you're perfectly tall, like 5'3", 5 feet or whatever, having that adjustability is huge. Even if you're a high school student starting to work out, you also may not be 6 feet tall, right? And so having that ability to move things around and really make it fit you, that customization is really huge, and it makes it usable for anybody. And so I think that's another thing to maybe display in, a video ad, where you could even have like a short person, medium, tall, but that it works for everybody, because I do think it's something that people may not fully appreciate until they see it. But the flexibility from a portability standpoint, it works for every member of the family, not just one. And it can be used for anybody at any fitness level, I think is really powerful.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jen.
Maybe Tess and her husband will be in your TikTok.
Yes, there we go.
There you go. Yeah, we're a slightly, and I say that's in quotes, slightly competitive family. We have 4 adult kids and 6 grandchildren, and they're starting to get into sports now. So I would target women, do some demos specifically with women in them. And the reason, especially sports moms, because the sports moms are the ones who make the decisions. Military moms make the decisions because they're moving stuff all the time. So I really like the fact that it's, that it is mobile, that you can take it with you for all your military moves. But the sports moms, for me, I was a football and I'm still a wrestling mom. I have one that wrestles in college. So for him, pull-ups are easy, but for like his sister, they're not. And so like, I think that showing the progression of somebody, especially a female, showing that progression of how they can improve. And even, I mean, males as well. But it just seems like guys do a little bit better with the pull-ups. Even if it's just getting like to 3, they seem to get a lot faster. So I think showing that progression kind of helps. But yeah, I think that doing some demos specifically for women using that, we normally are the decision makers, or we tell our husbands, no, you're not buying that. Yeah, kind of thing. So
Okay. Thank you, Tess. I appreciate that.
So sort of along those lines, I think like even for like Valentine's Day, you know, you could sort of market it to like couples that want to work out together, right? Like typically, you know, that they might go to the gym and, you know, one partner is doing some other workout and then, you know, one partner is doing another thing. But with this device, like they can actually work out together, you know, so it's kind of like helps bring people together.
I wonder where you were going with that, Reggie. You're going to be like, husband's your wife. Like, no, but I like what you did there.
I mean, honestly, the whole family, right? Like it could be, you know, for the competitive family, like, hey, we all get our time in the FITT Rack, you know. So and yeah, hashtag fit families, right? So,
there you go.
there you go.
So basically, Reggie, that wasn't like, oh, babe, you really need this.
yeah, no,
it's like we need this.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
we need
Let's
that.
have some fun
together, you know. It's like,
yeah.
And it's interesting you say that too, Reggie, because on the 18th of February, we're actually doing another calisthenics competition. It's going to be a couples competition where they're using the FITT Rack too. So we'll be displaying that as well. But yeah, that's great advice too.
awesome.
Juan, have you thought about crafting 5 to 10 minute workout videos? So when someone does purchase the FITT Rack, that they have workouts that they can just pop up and follow along. Because I do think people are really into short, effective workouts.
Yes.
What are your thoughts there?
Yes, Jen, I'm actually in the process of doing that now. We're going to have a subscription base where you have to subscribe, and right now it's going to be free, but we are going to have tutorials on how to set the FITT Rack up, how to change it from station to station, also have a couple of different workouts. So we're going to plan on have like monthly workouts for right now, where you can subscribe and go on it and see what that monthly workout is.
I definitely think well, I guess if you have someone who's never been able to do a pull-up, it'd be great to know what workouts should they do, and then 30 days later, can they do a pull-up, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
And so that progression, I think, which Tess mentioned, that having a video on that would be really interesting.
Yes.
And again, different people. Are you going to deliver those videos via an app, via the website? What are you thinking right now?
It'll be on the website through YouTube. So when you subscribe, it'll be a YouTube video, and I'm actually going to have those tutorials as well. The sort of progression from pull-up, modified pull-up to regular pull-up, and modified dip. We're going to do all that. Right now, I'm looking for a studio space where I can actually, instead of doing it in my house, I can have a professional-looking background. So we're looking for that now.
I think I have someone I can refer to you, so I'll talk with you offline about that.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it, Jen.
Just take a note. How long does it take if you're taking this apart, putting it in your car, setting it up? How long does it take to set up?
It takes about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how fast you move to get it up, and what your urgency is. But it's very simple to put up. Like I said, there's no tools or anything like that involved. No nuts and bolts. We have screw pins that we put in place, and it's very easy to screw them in. The most time you're going to spend is taking it out of the car, and versus setting it up completely.
It might be fun, given you have some inventory, and hopefully some folks who already have the FITT Rack. Do like not a trunk or treat, but I have this vision of like cars forming a circle, people popping out the FITT Rack, throwing it together and working out together. Like do that with a group of veterans, friends. Tess's family would make a whole circle by itself. I mean, But I think visually,
I
that's
love that
really
idea. That's
fun.
really cool.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
could do just, again, it could be really neat to show the portability. It could be to show, hey, you can do this with your friends. You can pop up somewhere and work out together, right?
Yeah.
So just something to maybe think about is what are 2 or 3 of those kind of creative campaigns that can
Yeah.
really show portability and connecting with your friends. It can show diversity for family members. But I think picking a couple and then doing just a really good job of showing that how it
Mhm.
creates community too could be really fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Jen. I appreciate that. You're gonna see that soon.
I can't wait. I could be the like, hey, need to work out more person for your
Yeah.
demo. But what I would say, one of the brands I like a lot is Sweet Green, and they've built a really great following where they have their customers get together and do yoga and do outside
Mhm.
stuff and have big events. And so from a brand standpoint, whether it's fit families, fit friends, having something that you do in the community that gets people out and about, and it doesn't always have to be using FITT Rack. It could be
Right.
on a walk or hike or whatever. But thinking about what's the brand you want to build and connecting emotionally on that level will make it more than just a product, right? It's about
Yes.
you, it's about your values. So as you think about building the brand of SargeFITT, what do you hope that looks like a year from now?
Yeah, we're trying to actually partner with veteran nonprofits right now. We're looking at because we got one, of course, within the veteran community, the suicide rate is extremely high, and one of the things that combat that rate is exercise. And so right now, I'm actually going to donate one to a group called Warrior Strong up in New Jersey, and they actually do different type of exercise classes for their veteran community up there. And so that's what I envision us doing in the near future, actually partnering with different veteran organizations to get those veterans out. We're going to have those group exercise trainings where we're going to be doing different exercises. Like I said, not necessarily a FITT Rack, but just get them out there to be active. And I'm trying to also partner with the DC, the mayor's veterans community as well to get that going. Again, we tried to do it a couple of years ago before COVID, then COVID happened. So it didn't really work out, but we're going to try to revisit it now where we can get those veterans out and hopefully we can make an impact on the veteran community.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Other questions, thoughts, or comments from the group? I know Reggie mentioned a couple of companies here in the Northern Virginia area around fitness, US Fitness.
Yes.
They're headquartered here. So we'll make sure we save chat and get you the notes from chat.
Thank you.
Tess, any thoughts you want to add in, or Tom, Reggie?
I'm still brainstorming, but I'll reach out Juan once I've got them all organized.
Okay, thanks.
I'm actually gonna chat with my husband, who is a Navy veteran, so he may have some really good ideas as well.
Tell him,
He's
don't hold it
normally the
against me
idea
that don't hold it against me that we beat him this past weekend.
Oh my gosh,
Army.
let me tell you, he was not happy. But normally he's the idea guy and I'm the implementation gal. So that, I guess that's how they do it in the Navy. Figure it out.
Yes.
I just pictured a Navy Army like FITT Rack competition. So
Hey, Juan.
Yes.
I unmuted again because I'm at a stoplight, but
No problem.
just a quick thought. I don't know how familiar you are in the plant-based community, but there's a Rip Esselstyn has a brand called Plant Strong. And I was just thinking about it, and I was thinking about Rack Strong. And I don't know, just throwing it out there, but there was a movie Game Changers that came out that was all about fitness and plant-based nutrition. But just a thought is another, another avenue.
Okay. All right. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. It goes along the same lines of Army Strong. So.
Yeah. So actually, John, that might be he may be able to do like some demos over at Veg Fest. So
Yes.
I'll,
Yep.
I'll send you an email, Juan, about that once we have more information, but that might be something that, I'm in that same realm with John Foster as
Okay,
far as
thank
the
you.
plant-based. So
Thank you.
I'll reach out to you once we have more information on veg fest. That'd be good.
Okay. I'm also I attended a trade show in Orlando in last month, and I got 2 more I'm attending next year as well.
When you attend trade shows or out doing expos, what's the feedback you receive? What are people saying? How are they receiving it?
Everybody who stops by loves it. Got rave reviews. I actually talked to the fitness coordinator from University of Alabama and Central Florida. Unfortunately, Alabama had already had a purchase order with somebody else, but I'm trying to work with UCF now to try to get them to look more into the FITT Rack versus other equipment.
Love that idea. Other follow-up questions or thoughts, Juan? What else can we do to help you? And I think, Leslie, if you want to pull up the slides again as we get close to wrapping up, what else can we do, Juan, to help you?
You guys been amazing. I just thank you for the opportunity to come out and present again, and just to continue to get the word out about SargeFITT and the FITT Rack. So I appreciate it.
We can do a 1 million cups pull-up challenge. Whatever you need, Juan.
There we go.
We'll be there.
That'll be perfect.
One last thought. I know you mentioned donating equipment to veterans organizations.
Yes.
Maybe make that an explicit, like for every 10 FITT racks that are purchased, 1 is donated to, right?
Yes.
To an organization, and you can nominate which veterans organization or other you want to, or maybe people vote on it, or maybe you just pick them. But I think
Right.
making that clear, explicit definition of how that works or when that happens is huge. And then you can really recognize and celebrate every time that occurs.
Yes. And right now, thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. We're actually donating a portion of every sale to a veteran-based charitable organization right now too. So every time we sell a FITT Rack, a portion of that goes to that organization.
So as I'm looking at your website, I don't know that I see that explicitly somewhere.
Yes, if you you can click down at the bottom, I think it says donation,
Okay.
or it's on the about page.
Okay. I might make it more explicit as part of your message.
Okay.
Right. Again, I'm making this about the experience, the impact beyond just getting yourself fit. You're also helping others.
Got it.
Because it's a little bit hard to find, and it's such a great part of your story.
Okay. Okay.
We don't want to miss it. And so
Yes.
when you make the donation, doing a video, getting photos, doing a press release, right? Why this organization is important, why you chose them. Those are all things that can be a part of the marketing story.
Okay.
And as long as it's authentic and genuine, I think those can go really far as well.
Yes. All right. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So this is on Facebook Live. Folks can share this once we finish. We're also going to have it on YouTube. So please, share SargeFITT, share the video. Tom, you're waving frantically. Do you have a question?
Well, it wasn't really frantically. Because work out
That
that
looked
way.
very
That's about
Tom
the
and
extent of it.
smooth.
So my thought was, because I'm a wise guy, Juan, is that you, on those pull-up bars, you need to put an alarm, because when people start hanging their clothes on there, to do with it, then that's probably not a good idea, right?
Right.
I go into a lot of homes and I see exercise equipment with clothes all over it all the time.
Yes. Yes.
You need an alarm.
Okay. I got it.
This is not how you use exercise equipment, right? There's a good little video segment there. But thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. That's good insight. That is a good warning that maybe you need to be reacquainted with your
Right. There we go. I like it.
All right, next slide. So next week we are off. So we're taking a break. Is that right? Is that no, next week we're networking, excuse me. Then we're off the following week. So next week we will be back talking about what are folks' marketing plans for 2023. So Juan, that might be a good one for you to come back to. It's going to be a lot of breakout sessions where we brainstorm together within our community. So we hope you can join us. Again, that's going to be next week on the 21st. We will
Okay.
be virtual but doing a lot of breakouts and marketing brainstorming. And I think Tess and I think we said we were going to tee up some ideas and thoughts to help people get started. Is that right? I think
Yes,
we
yes,
did.
we did.
We did. Okay. And so next slide.
Maybe we can loop Reggie in as well.
I would love that. I know he had to drop off. So,
Yep.
so again, we do have a fair amount of openings in January. So please, if you know business owners or other veterans who want to apply to present, that would be fantastic. If you go to the next slide. Tess, do you want to talk to upcoming events?
Sure. With the Central Fairfax Chamber of Commerce, they gave us a slew of events. There are a couple of events that are not on here. I do know that Old Town Fairfax Business Association, if you're in Old Town Fairfax, they are having a happy hour this evening from 5 to 7 over at Chubby Squirrel. So that's another opportunity. I know that some of the current and upcoming city officials, like the city council members and the mayors, also be there. So that might be also a good time for you to meet with them as well. Also in the Woodbridge area on the weekends, we have the Veteran Pop-Up Shop that is organized by Donnell Johns. So if you still need to go Christmas shopping or Hanukkah shopping, make sure you pop in and support those veteran businesses.
Perfect. Next slide. So as Tess mentioned earlier, if you are interested in becoming an organizer, it's a great way to meet new people, build relationships, and support the entrepreneurs in our community. Many hands makes light work. So it's nice when we have a lot of people, we can divide and conquer really effectively. And thank you to our current organizers who have signed up. And again, if you're interested, just reach out and let us know. And next slide. Do follow us on social media. You can scan our QR code. You can subscribe to us on YouTube as well. Again, that's where all our past presenters videos are. So if you're interested in presenting, you want to see what it's like. Juan did a fantastic job presenting today. He's a great example of exactly who we're looking for. We've streamlined the process, so it's very easy to apply, get your slides done just by filling out a form. So you don't even have to really touch PowerPoint or Google Slides. I think hopefully, Juan, that was a good experience and very easy. But very easy to do. We try to support our members and make life simple. So you can just come here, get your feedback, and really grow your business. Next slide. So thank you. It's very easy to apply, 1millioncups.com/Fairfax. Again, we would love to have presenters into the new year. It can be for businesses that are simply an idea. It could be for businesses that have been around for 1, 2, 3, 4 years who are interested in pivoting and just want feedback. We're happy to help whoever we can, however we can, whenever they apply. So we look forward to seeing everybody in the new year as well and kicking off with lots of great businesses. Again, in the meantime, next week, Tess and I and hopefully Reggie will be leading a marketing conversation for what are companies thinking about, businesses thinking about for 2023, and what are some best practices to think about too. Hopefully John Foster will chime in on LinkedIn as well. I know he and I both love using that platform. And I think that is it. So with that, have a great rest of your week. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. And we really appreciated Juan having you here. So thank you. We're excited about doing our 1 Million Cups challenge.
There we go. Thank you again for having me. I appreciate it.